players have some weird tattoos, but what's the story behind them? Well, Neymar's ink started with a dream. Cause growing up, he knew he had a better chance of being struck by lightning than becoming a pro football player. So when he accomplished that dream, he was gonna get a tattoo. And fast forward to 2015, Neymar joined one of football's biggest clubs. And instead of spending a check on this or this, he got this.
Eu era criança, pensava em futebol, só em me divertir.
A tatuagem que ele fez do menino na favela retrata a vida dele, o que ele passou, os sonhos que ele queria, aonde ele queria chegar.
Now, that ain't as cool as to subscribe to Kickflix tat, so in 2020, Neymar leveled up. It was January 26th, and that day, him and PSG came into a matchup with the Mamba mentality. Right from the jump, Neymar started things off on the right foot, but at halftime, he whipped out his phone and burst into tears. Nobody knew how close he was with Kobe, so Neymar had to plan something special. When he came back out, not only did he score a goal, he let the world know he did it for 24. And after the game, Neymar hit up his tattoo artist to make Kobe part of his life permanently. And during his next game, he debuted the ink, cause he knew Kobe changed the world. Just like Zlatan's tattoos. And obviously you wouldn't expect a guy with ink on his ass to have any common sense, but his tattoos aren't what you'd think. We're talking about a man who admitted he's got a tattoo addiction. I mean, just look at this. The dude looks like a damn street mural. And in 2015, Zlatan tried to set a world record. A normal person would walk into a tattoo shop and want one piece. But Zlatan, he's built different. The man just had to get out of pocket. So when he came up in a game against Khan, he planned a celebration where he'd whip out his masterpiece. Now, even though this celebration cost his team a yellow card, what the tattoos did off the pitch was priceless. Cause Zlatan knew he was being watched by millions. So even though people thought it was just ink, it actually turned out to be one of the most inspirational moments in football history.
If I could, I would write every single name on my body. But there are 805 million people suffering from hunger in the world today. Too many of them are children. I have supporters all over the world. Beginning today, I want this support to go to the people who really need it.
Look at Zlatan, man. So inspirational. But let me ask you this. What do the numbers 35, 90, 32, and 19 all have in common? Sergio Ramos. See, when Ramos first came into pro football, he looked like every single other frat boy. A few tattoos here and there, you know, none crazy. But as soon as Ramos became a celebrity, this man channeled his inner Justin Bieber. And not only did Ramos get more tats than I can count, he became so obsessed with ink, he literally became a tattoo artist. Now, Ramos might be more inked up than my neighborhood homeless man, but he was voted by football to have the sport's worst tattoos, so I'll let you be the judge. One of his most well-known pieces came from a mysterious Instagram post, where he wanted to make his fans more obsessed with numbers than me when I go out to the club. But for real, these tattoos right here have a hidden meaning. The numbers are some of the most significant moments in Ramos' life. Like 35 and 32. These were two of the numbers that Ramos repped in Sevilla that helped jumpstart his career. But what about the 19? Like, did Ramos really predict COVID? Well, that would be crazy, but our boy ain't a Simpsons character. See, this number was how old Ramos was during one of his career's biggest accomplishments. The first ever time he was actually allowed to play for Spain's national team. Okay, but what about the plus 90? Like, why not just 9-0 or 9-0? Like Nelk's cameraman who fell off harder than Fetty Wap. Well, the plus 90 is something that made Ramos famous. Like back in 2014, when he did this. See, Ramos admitted once it gets past the 90th minute, he turns into a different monster. But speaking of monsters, Ramos' other tattoos are even scarier. Like this one. It made his fans think he didn't just join Real Madrid, but that he actually joined the Illuminati. But actually, Ramos didn't go crazy. Or maybe he did, since the same tattoo was seen on Kyrie Irving. I don't know. But this is actually the Hand of Fatima, and the tat's known to represent faith, good health, and to protect its wearer from negative energy. And Ramos might need that protection, because back in 2019, Budweiser wanted to put our boy in the spotlight, but fans everywhere were confused, because Ramos showed up in the commercial naked? Nah, I'm just playing, but he damn near looked like it because all of his ink was gone. But one by one, the tattoos came back, and that's when the world found out that every single piece is one big story.
The boy from Seville, Sergio Ramos. No one plays football with more heart or more passion. Ramos leading his team like a lion once again. The whole world is watching. Can he bring home the World Cup? They've done it! Spain are crowned champions at last.
Now, these tattoos are cool and all, but did they save a life, like Arturo Vidal's? Nah, I didn't think so. See, my boy right here, he's got it all. Names, crosses, dates, and they all have significant meaning, but those are something you'd see on some of my city's wannabe rappers, so let's skip to the
Get it today on the App Store.
Rare Ink. Back in 2016, Arturo started repping something unusual. Arturo posted a pic of him pointing at his fresh new ink of an insulin pump. See, this just so happened to be a tribute to his son, because it turned out that behind the scenes, Arturo's son was suffering. He was recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and well, something saved his boy's life. You guessed it. So Arturo wanted to go viral, but he didn't just get the ink for his son. Arturo tweeted the pic at his country's president, and he demanded that every kid suffering from the same condition should be granted the same exact blessing his son got, the pump. So Arturo single-handedly changed an entire country, unlike another football player who's been keeping his tattoos secret. But when you're a clickbaiter like me living at your mom's house, you gotta expose everybody, so let's get it. In 2019, Virgil van Dijk wanted to celebrate his career's biggest moment, cause that February, my boy played in 4 games, had 3 clean sheets, and scored 2 goals as a defender. So he was named Player of the Month. And I know what you're thinking, like, what the hell does any of that have to do with tattoos? Well, quit distracting my thoughts so I can tell you. When Virgil accepted his award, he accidentally exposed himself. If you know anything about our boy, it's that he's always rocking long sleeves. It's like he was hiding something. So when Liverpool posted this pic, the fans went crazy. Oh, you didn't see that. Now, at least his tattoos didn't spark a worldwide controversy like Raheem Sterling. Because when he came into the 2018 World Cup, he knew he was gonna have more eyes on him than a Mr. Beast thumbnail. So Raheem just had to get inked up. And right when he hit the pitch, this man went viral. At first, Raheem thought this tat was clean, but remember, we ain't in the early 2000s. These days, social media takes everything too serious. So immediately, he started getting criticized for the ink, calling him disgusting and disrespectful. But if only the world knew, this wasn't just a tattoo. This was Raheem's most prized possession. And obviously the tattoo didn't come from the COD days, when the game was actually good. Raheem's tattoo actually came from the saddest moment of his life. And well, he wanted to keep the story to himself, but when he couldn't even open his phone without seeing another hater, he had no choice. When I was 2, my father died from being gunned down to death. And I shoot with my right foot, so it has a deeper meaning. Just think about this. When people first saw this tattoo, they were literally trying to get him banned from football. I bet those Karens feel stupid now. But at least Raheem knew what his tattoo meant. Like, imagine getting a tattoo and you can't even read it. Wait, ain't that what Sergio Aguero did? Yeah. See, the first time Aguero's fans saw his weird-ass design, they thought, it's gotta have a crazy meaning, right? So they asked him about it.
Sí, tengo el tatuaje del elfo del Señor de los Anillos, pero es muy curioso que no la vi la película. Así que solo lo hice porque me gustó la frase y me dijeron que era de la película y bueno, dije, bueno, pero no la vi, así que no sé qué por ahí dice cualquier cosa, qué sé yo.
Don't worry, bro. I can read it. It says subscribe to Kickflix. Man, what's up with all these football players being so obsessed with me? Anyways, at least Aguero wasn't scared to get a tattoo, like Lionel Messi. Because back in 2004, Messi was becoming an icon. So Barcelona wanted to surround him with the defender of his dreams. And as soon as Messi saw him, he fell in love with dude's tats. See, ever since Messi was a kid, he wanted to get inked up, but he was scared. He dreamed of a masterpiece. He even sketched it out, but the pain of the needle gave him nightmares. Fast forward to 2011, he figured it was about damn time to conquer his fears. Cause not only was he a grown-ass man, his wife told him that she'd get one done first, and to quit being a and after he saw the pain was no big deal, Messi's work of art began. But we all know Messi, man. Anything this dude does becomes a bigger trending topic than Zlatan's ass tat. So when he got a tattoo of the most important person in his life, Mama Messi, he thought the ink looked crispier in my fade. But when Twitter saw the tat, it got his ass roasted. I just hope Messi can get his money back, cause that tat was... But see, Messi brushed off the hate, cause that one visit to the tattoo shop helped him conquer his fear. And from that point on, he got tattoos of the most important things in his life. Jesus, a football, his iconic number 10. He even got inked up with his son's names, birth dates, and recently, his son's hands. But see, his favorite tattoos came from his wife. Messi's girl pushed him through his biggest fears. So Messi knew he wanted her in his life permanently. And not only did they, in the exact same spot, get matching crown tats on Messi's left bicep, he got a tattoo of her eye. And he even got one by his, you know, a tat of her lips. But you wanna know what Messi should've got a tattoo of? You, click in this video right here.